What about the fights this weekend? Did you watch, obviously, Winnipeg?
Yeah, well,
You're supposed to be there.
I flew in as I said, and by the time I got home, of course, the fights were on Big Fox, not Fox Sports. So I was supposed to be in Winnipeg covering that event for Fox Sports, for Big Fox. If you're flying from England, you need a work visa. We left the application for the work visa too late, long story, and I couldn't go. So that was very annoying. And then I got back. I went through immigration. It took hours. Got home. Got to... hold on, keep it down there, guys. These bloody kids, how dare they? Talking, walking around the house acting normal when we're doing the podcast. When it's on Big Fox, it starts at a much earlier time, doesn't it? It's like 5 o'clock or something like that. And I didn't know. I thought the main card was going live at 7. And I was sitting there, and then I suddenly realized, oh, my word. Flipped over, and I just saw the end of the Mike Perry Ponzinibbio fight. And then the next one was Josh Emmett knocked out Ricardo Lamas. Man, did you see that? You see the left hook?
Oof, Jesus Christ, dude,
that was a heavy knockout, and that's a big win for Josh Emmett because Ricardo Lamas, he's no joke, man. Ricardo Lamas is the real deal. He is. I mean, remember that fight he had with Max Holloway? Took him the distance. The pair of them stood there toe to toe for the last 15 seconds of the third round. That was an epic fight. And anyway, Ricardo Lamas just got caught. I mean, that's the way it is when you're fighting. I mean, if you look at that, if you can remember, I don't know if you can, the slow-mo of the knockout. Both fighters are in the pocket. Both fighters are swinging. They both mean it. You both slip. You throw the right hooks. You come back with the left hook. Ricardo Lamas threw one as well. And the other guy landed it. Emmett landed it right on the button. You see, it hits the chin. The head cocks to the side. That's what creates the knockout. And down Lamas went. And man, it was kind of disturbing. He didn't move for a long, long time. And then a friend of mine, Rafael Dos Anjos, or Rafael, pardon me, should I say, Rafael Dos Anjos, he went out there and fought Robbie Lawler in the main event. I was hoping to get Dos Anjos as a guest on today, Lewis.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, maybe next week we'll try it on. 2018, we're going to get regular guests because we know we're setting up a studio in my house.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get regular guests
I'm coming in the second week of January. We're going to, everything on the show is going to be upgraded. Video version of the show, new sound, guests, everything. So easy.
Headphones, Spider-Man headphones that I'm wearing.
Wow.
No. Pokemon headphones. I might even buy some decent headphones. It's crazy. We're really going to go all out.
Let's not go crazy.
But anyway, so Dos Anjos against Robbie Lawler. I'll let you start. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'll say right now, I never win when I gamble, and I have a bookie now. Obviously we have an incredible sponsor that I use as well, but my bookie, he fucking gives me cash in hand night of. It's incredible. He'll Venmo me my winnings. It's unbelievable. Is that illegal? Am I allowed to talk about how I'm illegally gambling?
I don't know, but go ahead. Don't ask me any questions. I don't know the legalities of your gambling situation.
I don't know. I mean, it's just a fucking dude with a beard.
Especially when I'm reading a text message.
Yeah, I fucking no, I won, dude. I did a parlay on Ponzinibbio and RDA, 2-1 odds, motherfucker.
Did you pick RDA?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, nice. 2-1. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, it was only even odds on RDA, but I did the parlay, which is the way to fucking do it.
No, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of fun. But yeah, dude, look, it was a great fight. I mean, it went down kind of how I saw it going down. I thought leg kicks were going to be the difference, and they were. Robbie's just Robbie punches is terrifying. He looks like he's trying to kill you with every fucking punch, and that's the X factor where it's kind of hard to bet against a guy like that because he's putting everything into every single shot. But yeah, super entertaining, a lot of fun for free fights. I love when you get a free night of fights that are just a lot of violent finishes and fucking exciting fighters.
No, listen, I thought Rafael Dos Anjos did fantastic. He did the perfect thing. He pressured Robbie Lawler, and I think all in all, he was the more active. That's for certain. He was the better fighter on the night. Not taking anything away from Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler is an OG. You know what I mean? He's been around the game forever. He's got a lot of miles on the clock. He's, as you say, when he lets go with those hands, he's devastating to watch. He's fun, man. He really is. But Dos Anjos had the perfect game plan. Backed him up, got a beautiful tie clinch, landed some nice knees, had him up against the fence, got a few takedowns, landed some nice ground and pound from on top. You know, it was, I mean, I think it was a shutout. I think he won every single round. DC, Daniel Cormier, I love DC as a commentator. I really do. But he had a bit of a hard-on for Robbie Lawler at the weekend. And I feel he wasn't giving Dos Anjos the props that he deserved. But whatever. We all have our favorites. But yeah, Dos Anjos did amazing. And you see now, Tyron Woodley is already dismissing him as a title challenger from what I'm hearing. So that's why when I said before, and you made an excuse for Tyron Woodley, you know, come on, man. You got to defend the belt. You got to defend the belt. I mean, it wasn't going to be Nate Diaz. Now we have a clear-cut number one contender. And from what I understand, he's still trying to avoid fighting him. So, you know, what do you say to that, Rattlesnake?
Well, look, first of all, you act like I'm a fucking Tyron Woodley fan. I don't even like Tyron Woodley that much, okay? I'm the one who's always shitting on Tyron Woodley.
I like Tyron Woodley. I do. But he has these little outlets like this Hollywood Beatdown and this, that, and the other. And he's just... You know, because I put myself out there, I do a podcast, I talk shit, I do UFC Tonight, and, you know, a little controversial at times. He just talks shit about me. He's basically like one of those clickbait websites, you know, and he just takes whatever's going on in my life and uses it as something to talk about on his bloody TMZ thing. And he just kind of gets on my tits a little bit, you know what I mean? I like Tyron. He's a good dude, I do. But as I say, gets on my tits a little bit. So I will reciprocate what he does to me.
Yeah.
You know, once you stop doing that, Tyron, I'll stop reciprocating.
Yeah, he hasn't really.
I'm a reciprocating motherfucker, Lewis.
Reciprocating motherfucker, Lewis. All right.
I will reciprocate with the best of them.
I wanted to, you know, the rest of the card was fun. I ended up watching. It at a comedy club, which is always a lot of fun. Because the thing is, when you get around people that aren't big MMA fans, here's the thing, like. You just say, you know, it's the most exciting sport because there's no other sport in the world where if you turn it on in the middle of a bar where everybody will fucking be into it by the end of the night. Nobody gives a shit if it's football, baseball, basketball, unless they're there for that specifically. You're not going to turn a casual person that's just sitting at a bar into a fan because there's this amazing game happening. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with MMA, I do that all the time. I go to a comedy club and I turn it on, and by the end of the night, there's 40 people around a fucking TV screen just screaming and jumping up and down.
I agree, but I feel that you have to, you know the people competing a little bit to be truly emotionally invested. Of course, people can look at it from the spectacle point of view and say, holy shit, look at these guys, look at what they're doing to one another. But to be truly emotionally invested, you got to know the people, you got to know the journey, you've got to give a damn about the outcome of the fight. Do you not think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I think I'm not to really get invested like that. But here's the thing. It is just a fucking fight. There's that age-old, you know, maybe it was Rogan or Dana White or one of these guys said it, but they just talk about it. There'll be like a basketball game going on in one corner and then a football game on the next corner and then a fight on the next corner, and everyone will run from every other sport or activity toward the fight to see what's going on. So that's kind of what
It was Dana that said once, I think it was a press conference in Australia years ago, and they were asking about, you know, I don't know when this was. I think it was 2010. And they were asking how far and how big do you think the UFC is going to be? And he said, I think it's going to be the biggest sport in the world. And they were like, why? Why can you say that? What, bigger than cricket? Remember, we were in Australia. And he's like, well, yeah, of course. He said, think about it. Throughout all of time, throughout the history of the human race, if you're walking along and there's a fight that happens, you're going to stand, you're going to stop what you're doing, you're going to watch. Of course, you might try to break it up. You might just try to watch just because it's a spectacle. You might, you know, enjoy what you're watching, but people stop. If there's a fight happening, it will get your attention. So certainly then if you get the best fighters in the world and you put it together in a big promotion with all the bells and whistles and the lights and the lasers and the music, shit, what's not to like? You know what I mean? So of course you package all that together, it's always going to be a hit. You know, that's why boxing is still around to this day throughout